All right, what's going on, guys? Hopefully you can hear me clearly. I have people around me, so hopefully you can hear me clearly. What's going on? Yes, I'm still on the client side, so it's going to be a while, but I wanted to keep dropping some videos. A plane crash just happened. It's a Delta Airline plane crash. Just crashed into Toronto. Not Toronto, Toronto, right? Toronto's Toronto's airport. It's a big ass plane. Just flipped over and crashed into Toronto airport. And honestly, all day long, I've been a little bit weary. Had some news, not so pleasant news, but just in general. Um, just in general, just looking at all the stuff we plan to do in life, how we carry a lot of issues on our head, and we get very particular. We get attached to ideologies, and we're very, what's the word I'm looking for? We have this stronghold in our head. We're very stubborn. It's my way or the highway, or it's his fault, it's my fault, it's her fault. All those things get put away. All those things tend to disappear when you experience, there's some events that happen in life that just makes you reflect. And I always talk about rock bottom here, right? And I don't think you don't have to wait until rock bottom before you can reflect and learn some lessons. You don't have to experience it yourself before you can learn some lessons, but there you have it. Obviously, on some of our live shows, we've covered the very dark man. We've covered all the stubbornness, how everybody just wants to speak the truth and apply. There's no sense of applying grace in how we assess issues. We tend to be disagreeable. You can't wait to tell somebody how you disagree with them. And I wanted to take this moment just to remind you to reflect. Where are you? Where are you? I'm doing the same thing. I have things that I strongly believe in, but I tend to be lenient. I give the benefit of the doubt. I assume best case scenario. I intentionally assume best case scenario, especially when what we're left with is assumptions. We all make assumptions. I just assume best case scenario. And what does that mean? Just asking, like, what if this is all for the best? What if it's not the worst case scenario, which is what our mind naturally paints as a picture, which is what creates anxiety and fear, right? What if it's actually all for the best? What if I can just take a deep breath and just relax, go sleep over it, and come back? Everything. Let me be clear about this. Some people are out to hurt you, okay? They want to hurt you, and they're envy, they're jealous. That's the reality. Some people are out to hurt you. Maybe you're a threat to what they consider to be progress. But sometimes it looks like they're a threat to you, or you feel like they're envious of you, but it's just your own anxiety. Yeah? Sometimes that's just what it is. Sometimes it's just that simple. But so how would you know the difference? Well, sometimes I can tell you how to know the difference. You can just wait it out. You can also begin to work on yourself so that your discernment abilities are sharp or sharper. And sometimes there's no way to know. You're gonna have to make an assumption. And I'm asking you to make the best case scenario assumption. Assume the best case scenario. Naturally, you're going to be tempted to assume the worst case scenario, as in, like, no, the whole world is about to crash. But I'm asking you to assume the best case scenario. And this is even more so true in relationships, because people that you love, people that are in your loved one's circle, immediate circle of influence, They are the ones that will hurt you the most. So it's pretty natural for you to the same love that you feel for them. When you start to resent them, you start to feel hate at that same magnitude. At the same magnitude of love that you felt for them, you feel hate at that same magnitude. So it's very tempting to just think somebody's out to hurt you, you know. But just assume best case scenario. Don't be so quick to assume worst case scenario. Understand that yes, the worst case scenario does happen in life. Like for example, like I just said, a whole plane just crashed into an airport. See, on this side of the world, we never used to worry about a plane crash. That's just wasn't the worry. But now a lot of people are afraid because in the last 4 or 5 weeks alone, a lot has happened in terms of crashes and stuff like that. Ever since Trump came into the office, I hate to say it that way, but that's just what it is. He's gonna have to take responsibility for fixing whatever is going on. Just this afternoon, Elon Musk was just talking about how SpaceX employees will help fix the airline industry. And yet there was a news headline that I saw they were laying off a bunch of employees from FAA, which is, I think, is the government agency responsible for airlines and things like that. But we're not in control. We're in control, but not really. We're definitely not in control. And if you fly a lot like myself, if you travel a lot like myself, especially if it's for work, I go to client sites all the time, at least once a month, every other month sometimes. I'm out here, you know, you have to fly, right? Like for example, in a few days, I have to go to, I don't know, Louisiana, Texas, somewhere. But what do, right? But when it comes to our personal relationships, you don't have a choice. You have to apply grace when it's work. But when it's our personal, when we can just para for everybody, just para without thinking things through, just very stubborn-hearted. You know, I'm just saying, slow down. You know, enjoy, smell the roses while you can. Slow down. Whenever you can, whenever you have an opportunity to slow down, okay? And smell the roses when you can, because life is not promised tomorrow is not promised. We don't know. We're not as smart as we think we are, but also we're not as dumb or foolish as your anxiety might paint it out to be. You have to trust that it's all for the betterment, right? So in short term, it doesn't always look good, but just trust the process. See how I'm slowing down here? Learn how to take a deep breath, take a cold shower or whatever, warm shower, whatever you like. Drink some cool water and just relax, slow it down. You know, all the rush, especially if you live in the Western world or in a city somewhere, everything's so fast. You wake up every day, slow down. You're not rushing anywhere, because once everything closes, it closes. It's over. Quiet, silent, flat line. Don't wait for that. Just enjoy. Sometimes just slow down and enjoy life, okay? And that actually helps you improve on your relationships, in your personal life, you know, some self-control, okay? So I'm saying this all to say, listen, I'll cover any story that's trendy that I feel like there's some lessons in there. I'll give my opinions. You're allowed to give your opinions. If you disagree, make sure you tell me why you disagree. If you don't tell me why you disagree, that is foolishness. That's foolishness, okay? So I would just ignore it. Some of you know I've been ignoring some. If I ignore your comment and you say something like you disagree or that I'm wrong, just know that I thought you were foolish. That's all. Because you didn't give me why. Not because you disagree, because you didn't give me why you disagree. Because you're not really trying to teach. You're not trying to add value. You just want to disagree. You're a troublemaker, essentially. Okay? All right. So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for always being here. I will keep plugging in. I just wanted to put this out here and just say, slow down. Relax. Relax. All right? Whatever rush you're rushing through, just relax and slow it down, okay? Cheers.